So before I start this video off, I just wanted to give a shout out to GL Ireland. She gave me a shout out, so I'm just repaying the favor. Her channel is great. She has a lot of videos. She's very articulate. She has a lot of great points, so I think you guys should give her a chance. Go listen to her videos. But a lot of the people who are subscribed to me are subscribed to her. And yeah, and I also wanted to say thank you. But okay, so today I was reading the newspaper where I live, and I found out that they're going to be having a white pride rally. Now, I kind of live in the hick part of Canada, the hick province, I guess. Well, I mean, there's Alberta, but I mean, southern Alberta is kind of the bad part, and then I don't know how it is up north, but I heard there's not much going on in Saskatchewan or Winnipeg either, but yeah, and I did know that there's like Aryan or racist factions roaming about here. If you go down this one street, they have this poster claiming to be a church, but it says 1441, and their colors are blue and yellow. And they call themselves a church, but dealing with enough white supremacists, I know that that means is code for like neo-Nazi. It's like some verse in their holy book or whatever. And I mean, I find these groups to be a cult to begin with, but see, my issue isn't with the whole white pride rally, and I was getting into an argument with some random person from my school that I don't even know. You can go ahead and celebrate white pride. I mean, do I agree with it? Me personally, I think it's kind of stupid. Why? Because in white history, they've been pretty ethnocentrist, and I can't really think of a shared experience that white people have. See, I may be black African, but when Africans come to North America, they're automatically hit with the racism right then and there. So that's the thing that kind of unifies us, because we're an oppressed group. And so I get it when minorities are like black pride, Asian pride, native pride, or whatever, because it's kind of like the society and the system that you live in, it keeps on degrading you, bringing you down, bringing you down, bringing you down. You need something to counter that and to bring you back up. So, I mean, if you look at the 1960s, it was successful. I think that black pride should come back, because you have a lot of black people who don't give two shits about themselves and are parading around and scantily clad, getting pregnant, shooting up the place, doing God knows what. And they have no shame, and they don't realize that we live in a racist society. Racism isn't dead, it's very, very much alive, and what they do affects all of us. We automatically get labeled. When that one black person fucks up, all of a sudden all of us are like that. But this is besides the point. I don't understand white pride, but you know what, if everybody else can do it, they might as well be allowed to do it too. So when white supremacists argue, well, they have this, they have that, they have, well, so be it. You can have your white pride, then I don't want to hear you complain that you're being deprived. And if, this is where I draw the line. When your white pride turns into hate speech and you're bringing down other races, and I mean, but that's the whole concept about white supremacy. You're trying to imply that you're better than everybody else. So we already know that there's going to be hate speech. You admit you're neo-Nazis, you're skinheads, so we know you don't like the Jews, and by default everybody already hates black people, so we already know, like, I already know what to expect without even having gone there. But you know what? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They're saying it's white pride, and apparently if you're anti-racist, you're anti-white. So if they're going to go and promote white pride, so be it. I just don't get why some white people feel the need to be included in everything, even when it's something not to be proud of being included in. Black people go and they do the most stupid things, certain black people, and white people are like, look, but they get to do it. Why can't we do it? And then so there's the black people who are like niggers and bitches and all kinds of craziness, and then white people jump on the bandwagon, and then they're like niggers and bitches, and then black people are like, no, you can't say that, and then they're like, but why can't I say that? You're saying it like it's kindergarten or something. And I feel like the mother or the teacher who says, well, if Bobby's jumping off a bridge, are you gonna jump off a bridge? Like, that's how I feel right now. That's what I feel like. But you know what? Let them just have their white pride moments. I mean, I get that race shapes your identity and who you are, but the thing I don't understand about white people is there's no united front with white people. I mean, I guess if you feel like the whole world has something against you because of your history, then I guess that makes sense. But you have to look at the historical relations you have with each other. I mean, the English had a problem with the French. There was all this ethnocentrism. The only reason you consider Greeks as white is because you want their history and to take credit for the work that the Greeks did. But for the longest time, you wouldn't let them into the country to be with you. And now all of a sudden the Jews have money, and now the Jews are white too. Like, who are you gonna make white next? The Asians? Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. And like, for the longest time, you guys had a problem with Italians and Irish, but apparently, like, the Irish or they're like the whitest of the white because they're so pale. So I guess that's why you guys included them. I don't know. Like, what does it mean to be white? To me, white, it's just a color. It's just a color. It's about the level of pigmentation you have in your skin. So white is like a relative term. Like, to a Sudanese person, I'm lighter. And an Asian relative to me is lighter. It's like some kind of like hierarchy. First of all, white isn't even a color. It's a shade. It's a shade. It's so I don't understand. I don't understand. I never understood this logic. And then another thing that I don't understand is white people are like, well, how come you have black pride? How come you have native pride? How come you have Asian pride? Blah, 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 blah. Well, the whole concept of race is a European colonialist construct. You are the one who came in and said, you are different from me, you are below me, and here's the hierarchy. If you are lighter or you look like me, then you're good, or you're slightly less bad than the rest of them, and if you're the darkest or the farthest away from me, you're the worst. And yeah, I really don't know where I'm going with this, but I just felt I'm ranting about how stupid I feel the whole concept of white pride is. I mean, if you want to be like, yeah, I'm Ukrainian and I'm proud and we make the best pierogies, F those Polish people, we invented the pierogi, then so be it, aside from F those Polish people. I can understand that, because you eat Ukrainian food, and being Ukrainian is a big part of your life. There's certain things you do because you're Ukrainian. And there's certain things black people do because they're black, and that's how they grew up. So, but race? It's like, race doesn't have a whole lot to do with anything. I don't know. I'm just going on a tangent here.